In this lesson, we will learn how to define a progress bar. A progress bar is typically used to show progress, like while you're downloading a file or while you're waiting for some action to get completed. So I'll just go to my linear layout. I'll add a linear layout vertical, and to the linear layout vertical, I will just add a button. And on the button, let's just put the text as a progress bar. So the objective is that when we click on this button, a progress bar should appear. Let's go to our main activity and let's start defining a code. So the first thing we will do is define our button. So button, say button. Then let's define our progress bar. So we will say progress dialog and say give it the name progress bar. We will define our private int status, which we will use later and you will come to know about it. And we will also define a private handler, call it say handler, and initialize it to a new handler. So these are the variables we will define. Let's go to our onCreate. What will we do there? The first thing we will do is button is equal to button find view by id r.id.button. So let's just check what is the button ID. The button ID is button 5. So we will just add button 5. Now that we have created our button, we will just put a button dot set on click listener new view dot on click listener. And in the on click listener, what will we do? We will just define a method, let's say show progress bar, which we will define below. And to this progress bar, we will just pass view and we will just pass say the style of the progress bar. So we will say progress dialog dot style say horizontal. So there are two standard styles we use. Horizontal is the horizontal bar, and then we have the spinner which keeps on rotating. So first let's just do the horizontal bar. Now that we have defined it, let's just go and define our method show progress bar. So we will say public void show progress bar, and what does it take? It will take a view and it will take an int style. Now what will we define inside this progress bar? Let's start writing that. So the first thing we will do is we will initialize our progress bar. So let's just initialize our progress bar. So progress bar is equal to new progress dialog. And what do we pass to the progress dialog? We will just pass view dot get context. Now we have created a progress bar. Let us set some properties of it. So progress bar dot set cancelable true. Then let's set the next property. So what is the message we want to show? So progress bar dot set message, and let's say we are saying progress bar demo. That is the message we want to show. Then let us set its style. So progress bar dot set progress style, and what is the progress style? We got that parameter style, so we will set it. Then let's say progress bar dot set progress, and we set it to status. Then next thing we will do is we will just set progress bar dot set max, and the purpose of the max is to define how our status will move. So it will move from 0 to 100. 100 here denotes 100%. And now that we have set all these values, we will just call progress bar dot show, which means it will show this progress bar. Now after this, what we will do is we will just create a thread. So new thread, and we will define a new runnable. And what's the purpose of this thread? So the purpose of this thread is that now that the dialog box has come up, the progress bar has come up, it keeps on getting updated. So here we will just say, we will just write try, we'll build a try catch block. And what will we do within the try catch block is, we will say thread dot sleep, and let's say we will say 200. So every 200 milliseconds we will get an action here. And what is the action we will do? We will say status is equal to status, say plus 4. So the status will keep on getting updated. And we just need to write our catch interrupted exception ex, and we will say ex dot print stack trace. So standard way to handle an exception. Now that we have updated status, so we need to update it. So we will say handler dot post new runnable, and now in the run here we will just say progress bar dot set progress, and we will set it to status, so which means it will now get updated. So now that we have done all of this, what is the next step we need to do? So our run is over, and so we missed out a step in the run. So what is a step in the run? That we need to say while status is less than 100. So while it is less than 100, that's when we need to do it. So let us just do that. So while status is less than 100, we continue to do it. And if status is greater than equal to 100, which means if our job is over, then what will we show? We will say progress bar dot dismiss, which means our job is over, and we will just dismiss it. So now that this has been done, what is the next stuff we need to do? Our runnable is complete, so we will just do start. So this thread, we have defined it completely, and we will just call the start of this thread. So let us just check whether our, so this will close this, and we do not need this. So with this we have designed our code completely, and let us now start running it. So we will wait for the build to happen. So we will make the build. So what have we done here? We have created a thread, and this is a standard thread definition. And what are we doing? We are updating it every 200 milliseconds. We are updating the status. So and as we are updating the status, we are continuously showing it. So this is our progress bar. So it has come up, and let me now click on the progress bar. And as we click on the progress bar, we can see the demo. So 444, it is continuously updating itself. So that is the demo we have created. So we have created a progress bar that we have been able to run. Now let's do, how do we run it for the next style? So let us say we say the other style, which was spinner. So we have defined it for the other style. Let us see how that looks like. So I'll run the app again. The build will happen as we've changed the style. And let the APK get installed, and it has come up again. And now that it has come up, let me click on it. And this is the progress bar that we are getting in the case of a spinner. So these are the most two common, horizontal and spinner.